Hi, it's Crystal. This is kind of new. I have done a lot of video reviews and a lot of book reviews, but this is my first video review for a book. So super exciting. I'm really excited to tell you about Dark Confessions of an Extraordinary Ordinary Woman by Jenn Sadai. I hope I'm pronouncing her name correctly. I have added her other books onto my TBR list because they're just, they're so amazing. And what I like about this particular style of writing and this particular book is how brutally honest the author is. There is, I read a lot of memoir, and sometimes I think that time softens us as we tell our story, but Jenn was writing this story in her head her entire life, and the details that she stored away in her memory and the honest way that she tells her story is just very, very admirable, and it sucks you right in. So if you're like on the fence and you're like, should I pick up a copy of this book? Is it all it's cracked up to be? The way that I would explain it is, if you had a really good girlfriend or a coworker or friend that called you and said, hey, I need to talk. Can I come over, get the tissues and the coffee ready? You would be like, of course, and you'd get the tissues ready and you'd put on the coffee and you'd grab your best creamer and your best mug and you'd curl up on the couch and you'd listen. You'd listen to their story, and when you were done, you would cry and hug it out, and you would know so much more about them because they shared even the dark, dirty, ugly places of their life. The places, the story that made them who they are, the person that you love and admire. And that's what Jenn does, is she doesn't dust the corners. She doesn't make the house pretty for you to come over. She is just honest. She doesn't care what you might think or the judgment that may come. She tells you about her ugliness and and I don't mean physical ugliness. I mean stealing and drugs and poor decisions, the ugliest stuff that sometimes we do and we don't want to see in ourselves because we've moved past that maybe. And it's part of our story, but it's not something we're proud of. And Jenn's not proud of it, but it's part of her story, and she's sharing it so that other people know that they're not alone. And I admire her for that, and I absolutely give this book 5 stars, and I look forward to reading more about Jenn. And I encourage you to pick up a copy of this book, whether you are struggling or know someone that was. I mean, you don't even have to know anything about addiction to know about low self-esteem and poor decisions. So absolutely 5 stars. I love this book, and thank you, Jenn Sadai, for being so authentic and true to yourself.